quote. Anyways, would I agree that Mad Men's flank is way stronger? Match is live. So the things I'm going to be watching out for in this match is going to be... Actually, You Must Mike. He had a huge match in their last game against Ding Dong Daddies. He went like 26-5 or something ridiculous. First mid, though, I'm going to watch Harblu. See whether he's just going to force the Rat Squad to play really passive. So here he is, approaching left side, very sneaky. Jumping in deep, going to go up in garage. He already saw the medic. He gathered that information. No one's even looking at him yet, but he gets a few rockets in, whiffs one of them. Jeremy with a nice pipe actually takes him out, and Zilly down to 6 health. Oh, look at Indus trying to get that med pick all on his own, but the Rat Squad actually taking mid, and Scissor picks off Indus. So big mid there, I want to say, from Rikuso and Jeremy, actually, but everyone kind of getting a point, everyone participating, contributing. Only Rikuso dead from that mid, so huge round from Rat Squad, actually setting the tone. This is crucial, because Mad Men probably entered this match incredibly confident, probably thought they were just going to roll through it, but now the first round could go quickly to Rat Squad, and this could really change things. This could turn this into an upset. I feel like, in particular, Indust has a fairly weak mental game, and I want to say that the rest of Mad Men, they tend to get at each other's throats. So if you can upset them, it can play to your advantage. So Rat Squad starting off with the 1-0. And here we go. I'm going to actually watch on this mid. I'm going to give it over to... Who am I going to watch? I'm going to watch Scissor scouting it out. Here he is, jumping up on the crates. That winger makes scout mobility so much easier on this map, because those crates can be really obstructive unless you can just jump right over them. But here it is. Mad Men actually playing incredibly passive. Pharaoh getting focused down, and he goes down to Scissor. Very strange. Mad Men putting almost no aggression, but Scissor with this big flank. Wow, what a prediction rocket there. Eats it, and Mad Men are going to answer back really quickly here with this round. I'm sure he's going to get cleaned up by Mike. That's my prediction. Mike's going to shoot him. Scissor jumping all over the place. In on Indust. Deals 3 damage, and Indus actually arrows him out of the sky. So now Mad Men are going to be pushing out into second, but luckily the Rat Squad has bought a little bit of time there, especially with Scissor on middle, staying alive for a little while, and that's going to give the team a chance to kind of recover a little bit here. Mike goes down, actually. Rikusa with a nice trade there on the flank. Even spawn times for the both of them, but Madman's just going to be pushing this in. Seymour going to be leading it as the scout. Sniper called, so the Ubers popped early. That's crucial. He gets the force, then switches off immediately off of Sniper. But Madman's trying to pile onto the point. Seymour's trying to cap, but Jeremy keeping some stickies on it. CJ gets 1 pick, but the numbers are just going in the favor, I want to say, of Mad. Actually, no, it's just Blank alive. They can focus him down at 90 health, and Zilly somehow surviving that. Great bomb here from Rikuso. Great timing there. Gets in on Blank, and he needs to survive this. Great surviving from Rikuso. Gets both those frags. He knew they were retreating, so he jumped in the perfect spot to cut them off, you know? Right now on the spawns, we've got 2 scouts from Mad Men. They're both slipping through upper. Oh my god. Could they get through? No. Mike gets the kill on Rikuso. Rikuso was just... must have slipped right into that window room when both scouts were pushing through, but he managed to slow one of them down. The other one gets cleaned up. Not going to be a back cap tonight, but no scouts. If the Rat Squad move fast enough, they could actually push this into middle with no scouts on Madman's side. Here it is, Scissor leading in, and Indus actually separated. Scissor quickly pulls out the winger with a jump, and he's in on Indus. Indus down to 10 health. Pharaoh down to 1 health. The single digits all over the place on Madman. Pharaoh gets cleaned up. Harblu trying to salvage this somehow, but the Rat Squad just pushing as a team really well right now. And Madman trying to hold things with no numbers. Confident bomb from CJ. Indus being a little bit cocky, getting punished for his overextension. And now Rikusa with the 1v1 takes out Seymour, and Mike solo play on mid. He's going for it. Clean pipe into the face from Jeremy. Wow, I'm very impressed at the moment from Rat Squad. Pushing as a team, punishing Indus for being out of position, cleaning up frags, focusing them down. Must be communicating well. We saw that confidence from Scissor. Also playing smart, checking. Knows that the only way that they could possibly lose right now is if someone forces their medic. So Scissor checking all the corners, checking the sticky traps. Not going to let his medic get dropped right now. So Harblue out of the picture. Now it's going to be up to the scouts from Mad Men. Ooh, Scissor a bit overextended there. Probably should have waited a few seconds for his team to push in on upper here. Indus, though, might get caught in. The Uber's coming in, and Indus, what is this? They're trying to wrap yard? This is the most unconventional play I've ever seen, and Indus goes down. This is going to be a round for Rat. This is not going Mad Men's way at all. They're doing some very, very strange stuff. I have a feeling they're going to start panicking a little bit. I think this is exactly what Rat Squad needed here. And they're just on the last point and piling on it. 4 people on it. ATT just needs to touch the point. Rikuso just spawning now. Scissor catches the pipe out of window. What a pipe from Pharaoh, spamming that window. Harblue, they're trying to push up. He realizes that his team needs a big play to stay in this match right now, and he's already trying to push. What he's doing as a roamer is he's trying to push faster than you expect a roamer to be anywhere, basically. And that's like one of the most crucial things about roamer is mobility and quickly making decisions, because if you can get yourself in position to do something before the other team expects it, you're going to get some free rockets and maybe some free picks and maybe some big plays made. So here Mad Men trying to push into middle even numbers. Harblue beefing the jump and goes down, just gets absolutely denied. Rikuso getting denied at the same time, Seymour taking him out, but Mad Men's still kind of caught in this choke. Pharaoh holding the flank side, and they're just hanging out. They're going to chill out probably. It's going to probably turn into a stalemate here, I want to say. And, yeah, Mad Men going to be securing the yard. Rikuso spawning Spy, always exciting. Would have maybe seen Harblue go Spy. We saw it happen yesterday in the match, but immediately when Harblue went Spy yesterday, Indus dropped right at that moment. Pharaoh dropped as well. Pharaoh did a thing. Things are looking up. Yeah. Mad Men trying to get a little bit aggressive, maybe get a pick here. Rikuso does not want to get spotted at all. Disguising as an enemy spy, questionable choice there. I'm not sure if they see an enemy spy, they're gonna be fooled. But he's going scout now, maybe cloaking a bit early. But he's what he wants his team to do is clear out of the choke so he can cloak in and run through. Seymour is known for his ears. Oh, here it is. Rikuso on. I think he could have had that stab. He just rushed it a little bit. He went for blank instead of Indus. But Mad Men's pushing off that one pick, getting in through the corner now. CJ getting a direct from blank, but blank eating a counter direct. That's some ulti duo rockets there. But CJ actually probably going to have, forcing the Uber very late. But Mike goes down. This is an opportunity for the Rat Squad to really show how they can hold down in numbers, but or down in Uber advantage, but they're doing quite well actually. Mad Men, I think Mad Men's playing too cocky. That's what's happening right now. They think they can win every situation, and they're not really playing it. They're not playing it slow and methodical. They're playing it like hyper aggressively, and it's not working. It's really not. Like Indus there had the better Uber, but what probably would have been best is if he would have kited a little bit better instead of just like telling everyone go in and flood around. You know, the team wasn't playing around the Uber. Everyone's thinking they're a superstar right now and then they can just do whatever they want. Even Uber's at least Mad Men's saving grace here, but they are caught on last once again. And it's really those team fights. Surprisingly, the team fights are where Rat Squad are really shining right now. They're winning it in the team fights. And as a new invite team, that's really what you want to see. Like, if you don't have the mega DM that a lot of invite superstars have, or you don't have quite the experience, if you can just play as a team, it really shows that that's how you can win fights. And that was a really sweet little play there. If you guys caught it, they were trying to pick off Harblue there, who's just chilling right here. The soldier peeked to bait out the rocket. Meanwhile, the scout rushed right in while Harblue would be aiming here. And they tried to pick Harblue, but no luck. Got him pretty low though. And now here we go into this last push. Let's see how they try and open it up. Scissor, one of the most revered snipers in Highlander, might be going sniper here. Might sack to go sniper. I think he does kind of want to push. I keep seeing him poking upper. Meanwhile, Mad Men are just kind of positioned up on this pipe. Harblue getting a bit impatient. That has been one of Mad Men's weaknesses all season, I want to say, is their impatience. They try and push on everything, man. Oh, but here's the bomb. Rikuso in on Indus. Indus down to 70 health. Another scout in. Indus down to 60. Scissor unable to get the force. Indus already in spawn, actually. So Indus must have surfed that rocket clean into spawn. 2 down from the Rats, and Harblue's in, going into the flank. He knows that the Roamer and Scout are down. Might give him an opening. Actually has an opening here. He might go for the spawn camp. And he hits a couple good rockets. Rakuso down weak, but Indus having the better Uber and some cap time on it as well. But Harblue down. Blank chasing on CJ. CJ going to survive. These Scouts are going to get caught. Surely they're going to get cleaned up. And CJ's still super weak. Rakuso hitting some nice rockets. I've been impressed with Rakuso so far. He's been getting a lot of Scout picks, and that's really important as a roamer. A lot of people play roamer and they're just thinking always kill the medic, but Rakuso knows that those Scout picks are almost even more valuable to his team, because Scouts really are good at just denying you from positioning. We've got that pick on Blank, and Rakuso's in position, gonna jump up, but gets immediately denied by Harblue. Just lands on top of his head. And CJ trying to spam a little bit, but Harblue down to 30 health. He's just going to run to resup. Even Ubers once again, and Blank trying to push. Mad Men love to push off of just one pick, and I feel like it's a very risky way to play the game, because you can get baited in pretty easily and just force and kite it out. But Mad Men keep trying. You know, they might as well try. They might as well put out some pressure. If there's going to be a pick given one side or the other team might as well try and snowball it a little bit. Scissors sniping upper, had the body shot, unable to connect. And now he's going to be looking for another pick through these shutter doors. Probably have one of his teammates open it so he can go for the quick headshot. But he's getting spammed down now to 60 health. Gets the one headshot. Who is that on? Blank, I think, peeking the lower left. And so they're going for the patience, you know, and this has always been a weakness for Mad Men, is patience. And there it is. Harblue kind of pushing upper, gets a pick, but Mad Men not really patient. And it is 1-0. Oh, the headshot so close there on Indus. Is Indus pinned in the corner? No, but Scissors in on Sniper, unable to connect. Oh, no shots connecting, but Indus popping quite early, and now the Uber on CJ. Yomi's always loved to solo Uber, so let's see what CJ can make of this. Gonna be jumping up onto positioning. I like this. Playing positioning, counter jump. Indus down, ATT gets the pick, and we're gonna see another round, I think, here for the Yomis, aka the Rats, aka the Mad Men Slayers. Jeremy with the hamshank, Zilly with the Uber saw, and he's on the point, and he kills Harblue too. Zilly with the hugest play a medic has made all season that I've seen. Gets both soldiers, Blank and Harblue, down to Zilly. The 2v1 cleanup and caps the last point. Zilly making the big plays right now. Amazing. And now it's 2-0 for the Rat Squad, and that is a way to really rub it in their face. Like, now I think Mad Men's going to be freaking out a little bit. I don't know, man. Here's Pharaoh playing the low ground, trying to see what he can hit. Hits one scout. One scout unseen, though. Could he be getting flanked? Is it possible? No, he sees both scouts. All of Yomi's trying to control the point, and Pharaoh just gets rushed, and CJ right in onto Indus. Indus with the surf. Crater's down to 30 health, but he's going to actually get cleaned up by Rakuso. Rakuso was in the perfect position to clean that up. Now it's just CJ against a few weak players. Manages to hit that last rocket onto Yuma's mic, but not going to be able to win it there in the 1v3. Zilly alive. Maybe he's confident. Maybe he's going to go for the second hold all on his own, but Harblue's there. He's going to be 105 health and going to be trying to put himself in a position to get a frag here. Trying to catch someone off guard, trying to deny the Yomis from getting in on the point. So Harblue trying to use a bit of a sneaky spot here in yard. Could work out if the probably what'll happen is the Mad Men will allow the other team to take yard. Harblue's probably calling it for his team. The play he could make here is just, he doesn't have to go for the medic, though I think Harblue's the kind of player that always goes for the medic. What he could do is try and cut off anyone who's on the flank and just open up that side of the map for his team. Here he is, bombs in on the medic. Did he get seen? Did someone see him? Because he fell down and he was at 100 health. But he gets instantly cleaned up. CJ too smart. Not going to fall for it. Rikuso, though, goes in, trades for a scout. Again, Rikuso taking out scouts all over the place. But Mad Men pushing into yard, but down 3. They could be getting cut off here. And in a very awkward position, Indus having to force early. CJ's actually running the Conjurer. So at this point, they're just kind of playing with them. Blank is not getting out of here. Not a chance of that happening. Indus also getting caught. So Mad Men, again, they're just playing so aggressively, so cocky. And here's Harbley trying to make a solo play. Takes out ATT, but it's not going to hold the mid for his team. 2 snipers and forward. They might go for this. These scouts know that there's not a chance that they're going to be able to contest middle. And now we've got the Rats. The Rats capping mid. 2 snipers in forward. Let's see if anyone's going to cross their sight lines. Here it is, the 2 dots in yard. Scissor survives the first shot. And the door's open once again. Nope, they missed all their shots. And they both have backspawned at this point. Scissor went down to Harblu, but Zilly with the advantage. Harblu getting another pick on Rikuso and still running. ATT. Oh, he's going to take out Harblu here. So Harblu down, but does take out 2. Buys some time for his team. But CJ Ubers in. The solo Uber and juggles Indus, but jumps just a little bit too far away. Unable to use that Uber to pick off Indus. So Indus will live another day. Jeremy probably just going to get rushed down here. I like that he threw down that defensive sticky, trying his best to survive, but it was just him there in that situation. Now Rikuso realizes Mad Men's going to be rushing into middle. Ooh, the timing's a bit off. He tried to get the force with the timing there on a jump, tried to jump up and be in the sky when Indus came through in the choke point so that he could get some easy juggles on Indus and get the force out. But Indus is going to keep his Uber. They're going to be pushing into yard now. Zilly at 50%, so he's about 20 seconds off of Uber, I want to say. And but Madman already threw the first choke point, flooding into yard now. But Pharaoh roaming on the flank. Scissor takes him out in a quick 1v1. And Zilly already at 75, just 10 more seconds of buying time. Scissor making kills all over the map. 3K, 1v1s first against Pharaoh. Then he takes out Seymour, then he takes down Blank. So Scissor making a huge play. 3 kills there. Meanwhile, Madmen thought they were just pushing in on advantage, but Scissor was making the play to deny them. Hardblue feeding, goes down, not going to get the force. Rakusa cleans him up, and the Rat Squad have a huge Uber advantage. I'd like to see them make something of this. I'd like to see CJ get that solo Uber, get in, get it some crucial picks. Maybe pick off Pharaoh, maybe pick off Indus even. Indus not healing at the moment, so it's even going to increase their vulnerability here as the Rats start pushing in. I see CJ clearing some stickies, and here he goes. And the Uber is popped. They're coming in through the choke. Juggled very hard. Scissor down. Pharaoh down, though. Pharaoh giving the early pick to the Rats squad. Harblu a bit weak. CJ pushing in, trying to focus down Harblu, who's on the flank. Hitting some very nice rockets in the mid-range here. Dropping Blank, though. Zilly, though, overextended. Lost track of that Uber, man. If he would have known they had roughly a 40-50% advantage, there's no way he'd get caught by that. He'd have Ubered in, realized that Uber was not quite going their way, and then he would have been long gone. But just a bit of a misplay there from the Rats, and it could be very disastrous for them here, as they're going to lose mid. They do happen to get all their forward spawns, but Harblu, like I was saying earlier, he just tried to move so fast and be in positions where you would never expect him. And now he's in position behind the other team. So what might happen here is a classic sandwich play, where Zilly is here, Madman's going to start pressuring, and they're just going to back into some high damage rockets from Harblu. Easy rockets right in this choke point on the flat ground. And Zilly, there's no way you're surviving this, buddy. I hate to say it, but I know exactly how you're going to die. It's going to be to Harblu, and it's going to be soon, my friend. It's going to be sooner than I thought, maybe. Actually, did Zilly spot him? What happened? Does CJ just have the most godlike game sense? How does he keep finding Harblu in these sneaky spots? Zilly caught in a bit of a rough position, but he actually managed to get Uber, and 3 down again from Madman. Every time they push, there's 3 people dead. There's absolutely no team cohesion. What is happening here? It's just everyone's trying to push different sides. Pharaoh's like roaming off on his own, in his own world, and everyone else just getting dropped left and right, taking fights that make no fucking sense. And now the Rats are just playing as a team. That's really the difference right now. The Rats are playing as a fucking team. Rakuso jumping all the way back to last. to get forward spawn when he was already 3/4 of the way there. Oh, he's going for the big play, the sneaky play. He's going spy. Definitely would not expect this. So let's see what they can do here with the spy. Mad Men maybe think they have an advantage? I don't know. This is what's punishing them though. Pushing on tiny advantages, pushing on no advantage, pushing into situations that they on paper should never expect to win. But here's Rakuso in the sneaky spy play. Whew, close call there with that scout. Is he just going to uncloak in this corner again? Oh, he just uncloaks in front of the other team. Just has his revolver out. Gets Indus down to 50 health. And Indus is running away. Maybe that's the time when they should pressure and try and kill someone who's slightly overextended without heals. Maybe Blank is going to be the first victim here. But look at this. The Rats have learned. Look at how well they've adapted to Mad Men's playstyle. They realized that last time that Mad Men got a pick, they instantly flooded this choke. But this time, CJ, after losing Rakuso, he positions himself in this choke so that the Mad Men can't flood through. And what that does is it not only does it deny their combo, he could maybe juggle someone in here, get a pick, or someone could get forced into here, get trapped by a sticky trap, or just overextended and die. One thing I noticed right now, actually, Pharaoh is running the wee booties, so he does get buffed up to 300 health. Pretty significant. And Rakuso in. Oh, it's a bit of a distraction play, maybe? Is Rakuso? No. I thought he was going to do... there's a little bit of a fancy little play you can do here with both soldiers where one of them jumps. He jumps out here, and he actually just jumps away. He doesn't actually go in. He's simply a distraction. Meanwhile, the second soldier bombs in, and he's the one that goes for the medic. But Mike going for the instant counter sack there. Mike going down. Harblu just holding the flank all on his own. Sees Scissor get through, sees ATT get through, sees Jeremy, and now he's going to jump down onto Zilly. Zilly pops just in time to not drop that. Harblu not going to get a pick, actually gets saved by Indus, so Harblu should be thanking Indus for that, but Blank down, Scissor surviving, Harblu down, so trades left and right, and Rakuso's in. Indus gets juggled or surfs it up onto that roof, and he's going to survive, getting some good heals out on his scouts. And now it's just Scissor and Zilly. Scissor is going to go down. Zilly is going to go down. So Madman's going to roll into middle now. Going to have some early spawns from Rakuso, CJ, and ATT. See how they decide to hold this. They know Zilly's not getting forward. Looks like Rakuso's sitting in forward, actually. We've seen a lot of plays like this match. This is, I think, the third attempt at something like this, where Sniper's in forward and they try and get a pick in yard. But Madman's the kind of team to always come this way in yard to avoid any kind of sniper shenanigans. And that's exactly what they're doing now. Maybe a bit afraid of something coming out drop down, slowing down a bit. They think they felt a spy, something's up. But they don't quite have Uber. The thing that the Rats need to do is they need to get a force out of the Madmen. Let's see how CJ challenges them here. They don't want to give up a pick, but they want to get the force. But now they let Madmen get way too close before Ubering. And Blank's going to have quite the Uber here along with Mike. And Mike and Blank are just going to clean up right now. Rakuso's getting cleaned up. And this first round, this is going to be the first round for Madmen. They're on the board 2-1. Maybe they've collected themselves. And now they're ready to make a comeback here. But the Rats are definitely playing well, though. The mistake that they keep making is Zilly keeps getting caught in when his Ubers are fading. He's not escaping. They're doing a great job otherwise with team fights, cleaning up flank. They're not letting Harblu make too many plays, you know. They're doing a really good job as a team, but they just need to just play a little bit more long term, you know. They're all inning at times with Zilly when they should probably be retreating, in my opinion. Here's Harblu getting instantly denied. CJ with the pick. Jeremy trying to push over the top, and he's got quite the height advantage here to do some real damage. Indus, though, down to 100, and the pipes across the map. They're not going to connect. Actually, Blake catches a roller, and now Pharaoh, though, who is still using those wee booties, no pipes, is going to go down, and ATT gets the pick. This is a situation where everyone just needs to survive. ATT hitting the meat. What they actually should do there is let Indus get an Uber saw so that he pops his Uber, tries to run away, and then he dies even later. By killing Indus instantly there, they're actually they're letting him spawn sooner. So maybe don't let him Uber saw, maybe just don't let him Uber saw, but like kill him later. Delay his death. That's really what they should have done. And here's Harblu again trying to set himself up in position, and I think he's going to get the force once again. Actually, ATT spots him this time. They've learned. Harblu keeps trying to make plays like that on the flank, but Harblu getting denied quite a bit. And now CJ pushing upper. They're in the perfect position to get in here. The sticky trap spotted. CJ pushing upper, running gunboats. So we've seen CJ cycle through quite a bit of secondaries. We've seen the Conjurer, we've seen the gunboats now, and we've also seen the shotgun. So CJ just switching it up constantly. Pharaoh weak. If they can focus Pharaoh back in this corner, this could be an easy last. The health so low from so many of the Mad Men players, but they have the numbers. If CJ can just keep hitting rockets, he might be able to win this. No, but it's Jeremy with 5 health, and he actually hits the pipe on Harblu that forces him to crater. So that crucial pipe might be the last thing that they wanted on Mad Men, but what could guarantee them the push? And Pharaoh trying to push up all alone. So risky pushing up into the second point, because look at how many doorways you can get shot from. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as a demo man, unless you got eyes in the back of your head and an auto-det script, you're not going to be able to cover all those entrances. And Rakuso instantly takes out Indus. Just playing heals. It's once again Jeremy, but if he can hit a sticky on each player, he could kill every single one of them. Oh, he hits the pipe. Zilly with the arrow. He might be able to do it. Oh, Seymour gets the pack. Rakuso's up. Rakuso should contest this. He knows it's just a scout. Just a little bit of spam and he can deny it and get his spawns in there. And yes, he does deny it. Pharaoh once again trying to push in alone. And Mad Men unable to get out of last once again. But I will say the big mistake there from the Rats is they killed Indus super early, but then they didn't just back it up and play heals. They didn't just push as a team. Jeremy could have easily just pushed forward if he had any one teammate left alive with him. They could have kept 2 or 3 more alive, but everyone else kind of spread out and got some. They ended up dying trading or something. And a demo alone in a 1v3, unless you're a demo man god and you choose your targets very well and hit your shots, you're probably not going to survive. Oh my god, Indus slides through the little crawl space here, but actually does not get out, and Seymour attempted the back cap. It's 3-1 here, ladies and gentlemen. The Rats pushing with their uber advantage, catch Indus quickly and just roll in on last, take him out. No off classes. Notice that. No off classes from Mad Men. So they're not really trying to turtle or last up. Last week we saw them run. Actually, we saw them running Engineer and Heavy on Sunshine, but where did all those off classes go? You know, the Mad Men are playing. They're playing this map so much differently than they did on Sunshine, where they were just turtling the shit out of their last. So, what the fuck is Mad Men doing? You know, I'm not really sure. But Mad Men are losing this match fairly convincingly. It's 3-1, but this is where the momentum can change. This is where the team can slow it down and start talking it out. Start saying, you know, what's going wrong in the first half. But knowing some of the Mad Men players, they're probably just pointing fingers and blaming each other. We'll see. But they are experienced players, so maybe they'll turn this around. Maybe they've figured something out. Maybe they've analyzed it. But really, Rats are just playing well, man. I'm impressed with every player. They've all had their moments. Scissor making big plays, ATT hitting meat shots, Jeremy with his pipes, CJ good Ubers, Zilly with the 2v1 on last, Rakuso constantly trading with scouts and picking Indus. So the Rats are playing a very well-balanced game. Meanwhile, on the Mad Men, I haven't seen much at all out of Pharaoh. Blank kind of having a slow game as well, so maybe the combo is just really lacking right now from the Mad Men, and in the flank battles, everyone's just losing. So they're throwing this because they're guaranteed land. I don't think any team would throw, or I don't think Mad Men's the kind of team to throw. I don't know. Though Harblu was on the mix-up team that did throw matches. Not sure though. But they seem to be playing like reasonably serious. I don't know. What exactly do I mean by pushing as a team? What I mean is that what I constantly see from Mad Men is when they're pushing, like say they're pushing into second, they're sending like one player over here, one player right here, and then like one player just like pushing in super aggressive alone gets picked off, then another player gets picked off, and then another one gets picked off, and then it's just down to a 3v6. What they really should be doing is having more players get healed up, focusing the same targets, and trying to time their pushes together rather than just having one player go at a time. The Rats are really keeping their Ubers like as the center of their team, and everyone's playing around it and focusing the same targets, and they're making sure that everything is covered rather than going for plays. That's a big difference. And here we go. We're going into the next half. It's going to be a 3-1 scoreline at the moment. Rats currently leading. To my surprise, honestly, I didn't make a pregame prediction here, but I definitely would not have predicted this. I probably would have seen Mad Men just rolling through this, but going into this second half, I'm actually going to give some attention to You Must Mike, who in the last Mad Men match that I watched was actually the biggest performer. And if he can start turning it on, Mad Men might have a shot here. Here he is, just watching Pharaoh get bombed before his eyes, and now Blank down as well. Mike trying to hold W across the point into Zilly, not able to connect. Jeremy with the crucial pipes. We've seen that already a few times where Jeremy hits the pipes to just destroy a scout who's pushing his medic. And god damn, Zilly's surviving. Yomis and Rats are winning this match. This could be a quick one, boys. This could be a quick second half. I was hoping Mad Men would start putting up a fight, but the Uber's going to be coming in here. I'm going to watch Zilly, see how he handles this Uber. Knowing that they have such an enormous advantage, he might end up just flashing a bunch of people. The scout leads. That's crucial. The scout can call. Is there any sniper? Is there any trap? No. So Zilly's confident he can take a few extra steps in before having to Uber anybody. And he's going to flash pretty weak Uber, but the frags are coming anyway, and they're just trying to bait the Mad Men onto the point, and there they go. Just felt almost no pressure whatsoever. All the Mad Men just kind of ran away, and it's 4-1, boys. This is game point here, and the Rat Squad could be ending this very soon here. I'm gonna go on this mid. I'm gonna watch Rakuso, see if he's gonna seal the deal or if he's gonna get denied and Mad Men get back in on this. So here we go. Gonna watch Rakuso, the Rat, gonna see if he can sneak his way around. And here he goes, bombing up, gathering a little bit of information, sees that scout up top. CJ jumps in, and now the bomb, a little bit of a skip jump, and just jumping all over. And there he finds Indus just cornered. Did he get the rocket off? No. Indus down to 50 health. ATT gets Indus, crucial from the skies. He's like Batman, just swinging in off of some rooftop, and he takes out Indus. Scissor gonna, he's gonna take what he can get and just, he's going to run behind, actually. So he's at the spawn of the Mad Men. Pharaoh, meanwhile, alone, pushed up, has the sticky trap in position on the doorway. Rakuso going to see if he can challenge here. But the trap is in position, and he gets through it. Pharaoh, defends himself. Scissor also not able to get the spawn camp on Indus. So down 2 from from the Rats. Jeremy in position to maybe put up a little bit of resistance on second. CJ as well. But the Mad Men are going to be here in full force with their heals and everything. They're probably going to be taking this very soon. Just with sheer numbers and heals, they're going to be pushing out the Rats. It is roughly even Uber, but Indus has been building his since the moment he spawned up to 75%, and I think he's going to push on it. That 20% could be just enough on a last like this to get in and really do some damage. Rakuso going for another big play, attempting to get the trade on Pharaoh. Seymour gets, he gets another pick onto ATT. After catching an arrow from Zilly, I think. But 80% they need to kite for 10 seconds. Can Zilly survive? 90% now. So close to getting this Uber. If he can just hold down that right click, and he's going to pop. Saves 2 of the players from his team. Trying to get to his scout, and he actually flashes him just in time. Mad Men retreating desperately, trying to survive this after getting counter-Ubered on. Mike and Pharaoh go down. Those are 2 big players from Mad Men to lose. Pharaoh with the sticky traps, of course, pushing into second. That's going to really free up some space. Rakuso getting denied upper. The conch is popped. CJ pops it, and Harblue is going for the back cap, and he gets denied by Jeremy, but I don't think it's going to work out. It's just going to be Jeremy and CJ. Simply not enough health, not enough ammo, not enough numbers. Mad Men going to take another round. It's 4-2. Still down in the hole quite a bit. Down 2 rounds. See if they can come back here. And we're going to see what's in store this next middle. I'm going to give this mid to Big CJ, who's actually jumping first as the soldier. Looks like on mids he's running gunboats, and he tends to switch to Conjurer or maybe even Shotgun. So very dynamic plays from CJ. Bombing in right now, isolating Pharaoh in the garage, quickly trades with him. ATT following up, and a rocket onto Indus. They have the numbers, and Indus is down. It's just Hardblue and Blank versus CJ and Rakuso. It's probably going to be mostly on Rakuso here, who is getting bombed by Hardblue, misses the air shot. CJ, though, not one to miss air shots. Oh, but Hardblue takes out Rakuso and CJ down to 1 health. What a lucky little bitch. And he's going to be pushing up. No time for caps. Actually decides against it. Decides he wants the health. Decides he doesn't want to just feed another frag like he has been all game. The Rats are going to be pushing into second. They don't know that Hardblue's on middle because he hasn't put his feet on the cap point to reveal that he's capping middle. So likely they should be going around to clear out the flank, make sure Hardblue's not in position. Is it even worth it to pick Pharaoh? It is. I mean, a demo man has sticky traps, and that's a crucial thing to eliminate from the game. Indus already at 70%. Zilly actually at the same, so Rakuso in position in drop down, and they didn't check it. Rakuso hits some huge damage, actually doesn't even drop down, just spamming, and all of Mad Men took about 80 damage, and he comes in and drops Indus. Wow, Rakuso, what a huge play. I'm so impressed with that. Like, most roamers, the instant they see someone, they just die and just drop down and go for the frag. But he just kept spamming down from like the safest position he could possibly be in, just raining rockets on him, and at the perfect moment, drops down, directs Indus, and he drops the Uber. That's why they call it the drop down. Get it? And Rakuso, big play. And the perfect sandwich with the Uber from his team coming in from the other side. And now the Rats with a 40% advantage. Mad Men getting a bit probably scared here that this match is going to end, and what are they going to do about it, really? The Uber's going to be charged in about 10 seconds here. Unless they get some big picks in the next 10 seconds, there's going to be an Uber from the Rats just rolling in, scurrying in as maybe would be more appropriate. Hardblue a little bit closer to the choke point than he should be. Going to be backing up Indus 80%. They're going to get out, but Zilly's not having to pop at all, and he's going to get out, and the Rockets, no! The drop! They didn't even have advantage, and they were pushing so aggressively. Zilly drops an Uber. The counter drop, as it tends to happen in high-level TF2. One medic drops. I'd say that increases the chances of the other medic dropping by about 50%. The double drop, hate to see it. Just when you think the Rats are going to seal the deal, they push in there. No one checked the traps. And now Mad Men just rolling into mid. Didn't even lose a player. All of the Rats going to spawn, though. Scissors scoped up and forward. Maybe the Rats can bait a few people into yard, but as has been common this entire match, Mad Men just pushing the flank. I feel like that's one of the flaws of this map, is like you can just push the flank and there's no one there. It's so dumb. Ooh, nice long-range spam, getting Indus down to 80 health, making him play a little bit scared. And once again, where the fuck are the Mad Men? They're not playing as a team at all. Indus is just alone, and he just Ubers on nothing. Pharaoh in the drop down could lead to his death very soon here. Oh, but he slips out. And now we're going to see a huge advantage for Zilly. See if they try and punish the Mad Men here. CJ must know it, and he's going to be trying to push in left. The trend, it seems, is just keep pushing the side of least resistance, you know? But Mad Men seem to be going for like a half wrap here or something. ATT caught in the 1v1, but no, CJ's there to help. Whenever you see a 1v1, you gotta intervene, man. Don't let those 1v1s happen. That's how you play Pocket. That's how you play Roamer. That's how you play Soldier. There's no way they're taking it seriously. Are you seeing them do anything that's like out of the ordinary? Like, they're just making a lot of mistakes. You don't make mistakes because you're like not playing seriously. You do dumb stuff, like things that make no sense. I don't know. Things that are clearly like strange. Ooh, Rakusa surviving with single digits of health. And Indus hasn't even popped yet, but they got in on middle. A little bit of spam from Rakuso, trying to put out as much pressure as he can. Blank down, Pharaoh down. Are we going to see another classic 3 picks plus no Uber from Mad Men. And here he is. Scissor trying to make the big play. Oh, Zilly escaping 90%. Scout's hot on his tail. I'm not sure if he's going to make it out. They're trying to hunt. I think he's going to make it. He's going to get out to last. And here he is healing up. Harblue coming up Soldier. I thought he was going to off-class real quick here. Scissor sniping on last. This is an intense match right now. Could be the moment where Mad Men just make the biggest mistake of their lives, or where they seal the deal on this round and get closer to winning this this match, coming back. But it is an even Uber hold. We've got Scissor on the sniper, his true main. Scout peeking in there lower right. Soldier bombing in, trying to get on Jeremy, and he actually gets the pick. Probably gets the pick. Blank peeking out in the open. Might get headshot slash body shot real soon here. I'm going to get right back on Scissor, who is going to be the reason that Indus is not full committing here. He's afraid of the sniper. Seymour and Harblue down at the moment. Jeremy now spawning. CJ's going to get in aggressive and actually solo Uber and forces the Uber, and he's going to surf it. But he's going to get caught upper by some rockets by Blank, I want to say. And it's just going to be an even exchange. Mike down. Blank caught, and Blank is down. Unbelievable. Where's Harblue? Harblue on the floor. Scissor down. Here comes CJ trying to push in, but Seymour's getting 2 picks. And he's going into last. So Seymour actually recovering quickly there. Zilly only at 30%. And wow. What so quickly was going to be a round or a push off of last from the Rats. We see Seymour get 4 quick frags, and suddenly the Mad Men cap that last. Hate to see it. You know, the timing there was just a bit off. And what happened was Scissor kind of got overextended. Pushing into Grainer second is one of the most difficult things to do, but most certainly you can't do it alone. If you get on that point, you just get spammed from so many angles and you'll get picked. It's flat ground, so soldiers aren't going to have too much trouble hitting you. Pharaoh kind of cornered right now on this mid, and we see a little bit of aggression coming against them. Both soldiers bombing. Jeremy down, though. Mad Men might have figured something out here. They're getting 3 frags, 4 frags. CJ trying to run, but I'm sure someone's hot on their tail. Here comes Harblue, jumping in with 50 health, and he survives. Down to 30. CJ actually with a re-peek. Questionable. Zilly with the arrow saves his own life, I want to say. Harblue's too weak to chase, but they know that Zilly is not quite fully charged, so they're trying to get in on last. Pharaoh peeking at Indus pushing here, 90%, but they should know Zilly's going to get this. If they push here, this is actually a big mistake. Zilly most certainly will not get this Uber. Eats the direct from Harblue, drops the LOL, but the frags from Scissor and ATT could actually negate that death from Zilly, and now it's just Harblue. A dangerous player to have alive when you're trying to push out a last, but it is still a 1v3. No, the Rats are not going to be pushing out, so. And now we're going to see the Mad Men with a slight Uber advantage. No off classes. They're going to be probably pushing on this, though. Indus is always aware of his spawn times. Are they doing it a dry push? No. Probably just feeding. He goes down to Scissor. Sometimes you'll see from Mad Men, they'll push in a way where they'll push with no Ubers. So they like to push when there's no Ubers in play. They call it dry pushing. They have no picks. They have no real advantage. They just try and catch you off guard and win with sheer aggression. That's how they often play. And now Harblue actually spawning up on Spy. Zilly only at 60. He's not building well at all, actually. If Indus knew this, he would have been in years ago. ATT goes down. Mad Men don't even need this play from Harblue. Harblue could actually look at the medic and tell him that, you know, Zilly's only at 80%, but Blank does get the Uber in on him. Zilly only at 90, and he's going to go down 95. Man, if only they were building a little bit better. And then the Spy comes in too, so fuck. Have they done it? Have they tied it up? Is it 4-4 right now? It is. This comeback Could be one for the history books. But it's also one that you'd shake your head at for the Rats. They had such a promising start. They were up 4-1. Don't forget that. And going here into the next half, I'm not gonna spoil what happened, but for the next mid, the one that decides it all, Jeremy only 30 health, could be picked off here. Pharaoh down to 100. Gets some nice stickies, but no, 2 people down from the Rats. And Indus is 20 health and surviving. Zilly running for his life. Indus not quite healing, so at least Zilly will have even Ubers. That's the best he's going to get, I think. But, man, there's such promise. I want to say Mad Men are going to take this. I really hate to say it, but I think it's going to happen. Even Ubers now. Soldier upper. If they could get that pick, they could maybe push off last with it, but no. He's just going to retreat. And now Mad Men have the freedom to just do whatever they want. They can throw in suicides. They can spawn an off class. They can just take their time. The only way that Rats are really going to win this match is either they run down the clock, 15 minutes, not going to happen. Run down the round timer, 9 minutes, maybe possible. Or they get some good picks and pushes a team. Blank down. Strangely enough, Blank going for the suicide rather than Harblu. Rakuso trying for the instant counter sack, but he goes down immediately. No damage to speak of, and you know, we're gonna see Harblu or Blank spawning Soldier, Harblu on Soldier still. So I think they're going for the suicide method. I think that's what they've got up their sleeve, and it's probably gonna work. Honestly, I think Zilly will get forced in the next 2 minutes. I think it's gonna happen. And I think Mad Men's going to just roll in after that. I hate to say it, but I think that's what's going to happen. And really, all that changed in these halves was the mids. Indus started surviving, and the Rats started wiping, man. That's really what happened. And, just Scissor on the off class on Sniper, but here's the Soldier in, and Zilly... Actually, Seymour goes down. Harblu goes down. Is that enough? We got Scissor switching off to Scout, and he's going to be pushing up a little bit, but Pharaoh's traps are all over the place. If they push lower, they're in for a little bit of a surprise, and CJ finds it out a little bit too late, and he goes down to those stickies. And that push has been halted completely. 2 picks already. Rakuso and CJ already dead, and the Uber comes in. The counter Uber from Zilly. A headshot out of Scissor, surprisingly on Sniper, when down 1. But Seymour goes down. If they could pick off one more player from Mad Men, they might be able to push out here. Harblu retreating upper, and no. It's not going to happen. The Mad Men retreat cleanly, only losing a Scout. And it's back to where we started, man. Seymour spawning Sniper, and now he's going to probably scope in right here. Maybe he's going to get the pick that's going to open up this match. We'll see, but... This is incredibly close right now. Neither team really wants to fully commit because they realize it could mean the end for both of them. Seymour sees that sniper dot. He's afraid of Scissor, I think. He's intimidated, or maybe he just wants a buff before he peeks. And we're going to see some sniper on sniper action here. He's buffed up, maybe going to be a little bit more aggressive now with a peek. And here he comes in. No, he's getting denied by some sticky spam. Might get a shot on Jeremy. That could be disastrous. Trying to peek over this wall. What is he going to see? Nothing at all, actually. And now he's getting healed up. Once again, peeking on the left here. Scoped up. And, ooh, the headshot from Scissor, actually. And they know Seymour's on Sniper. That could be enough to cue the push from CJ. But is it going to be? I don't think it is, man. I really think they're just... I don't know. If they're trying to run the clock down, it's 6.5 minutes. It's quite a while. If that does happen, the entire round will restart and they'll get a fresh mid. If you're on your last, that maybe is the best thing you could hope for. But most teams aren't going to let that happen. Zilly gets the headshot. Ooh, almost gets the counter. Pharaoh kind of caught on the ground. Pharaoh down to 90 health. If that door opens, he might be able to get the pick. Scissor gets the body shot on Pharaoh. Pharaoh goes down. The Scout caught in the corner. But this is it. The Uber's popped. Oh, no. Indus is not popping here. Zilly who? Zilly no. I'm sorry, but the Rats They got baited by some cheese. They tried to push out, and now they lose. It's undeniable. A worse Uber is certain death in a situation like this. ATT gets a frag, CJ gets a frag, but it's not enough. 5-4. Hate to see it. The comeback is real. We all wanted the underdogs to win, didn't we? But man, good luck at LAN. So maybe Mad Men have guaranteed their appearance at LAN now. I wonder if they're excited or if they're a little bit stressed out about that fact. But Mad Men should be going to LAN now, guys. So congrats to Mad Men. We'll see them there. Excited to see how they perform on LAN. But they just had a close match with a lower invite team, an invite underdog, a new invite team. So maybe that means Mad Men's got a lot to work on, or maybe Granary, like us, is their worst map. Who knows? But congrats to Mad Men. Valiant effort out of Yomis/Rats. Man, better luck next time. Really, the mistakes